Good afternoon, Art 101 students and anybody else watching this video. This is week 5, class 5 of Art 101. In our past lesson, we learned about perspective, and we've also learned about shading, sketching, and there's one other that textures. There we go. So today we're not going to learn anything new. We're going to take everything we've learned into a concept. Today's concept is going to be drawing humans. Yay! This was the most requested class since we started the semester. So we're gonna do a quick 20-minute lesson for these guys who also missed, except for Jeff and Adwas who were here. We also have 2 special guests in Discord right now. We had Delisha and Classy Grandma who are joining us at the comfort of their little chairs. They'll be trying out this lesson at home, probably on paper pen, or just watching us. So give them a huge thanks. They'll be asking questions if they have any questions as well. And huge thanks to these guys for joining. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So everybody to your boards.
Vertical or horizontal board?
Jeff, to your boards.
I'm trying. Oh.
Jeff does not understand the assignment.
Jeff, I'm recording in Discord, so you don't have to talk in game too. Don't worry, I can hear you. I can hear you in bold. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the fun part. Oh,
Question.
Go for it.
Question.
Go for it. What's up?
Should I have my paper at a vertical or a horizontal position?
I always recommend drawing in a vertical position for humans because you never know if you're going to make her too tall or too short and such. You want to make sure you have enough space.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Alrighty, students. So the fun part of today's class is typically when we do this class, we have you guys draw each other. You don't get to draw your own self-portrait. Someone else is going to draw you. So for this assignment, Delisha, were you planning on following along at home or just watching?
I am watching, my darling. You're
good. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, so then we're going to divide you guys equally among you 4. So if you don't know what Delisha looks like, feel free to look at, not Delisha, Classy looks like, feel free to look at her Discord profile. So Jeff, you will be drawing Adwas. Adwas, you will be drawing Jeff. Linz, you'll be drawing Classy. Classy, you'll be drawing Linz.
Okay.
And I will be drawing Delisha.
Yay!
I knew the question. Don't worry, I got you. Alrighty, so for the purpose of today's lesson, because there are 2 different body types, or at least main body types, you're always welcome to switch them around depending on person's preference. I'm going to show you guys both the female and male body types. Again, everybody's different. You're free to draw them however they want. You're always welcome to ask the person how they prefer to be drawn as well, just to make sure you're accurate with your drawings. Okay? All right.
In a wheelchair.
Alrighty, quick question for everybody here. Jeff, you already know this answer, and so do you, Adwa, so please do not answer this question. What does every or most drawings start off with? Specifically humans most of the time, but...
Shapes!
A circle.
It is a shape, and it is a circle. You're both correct. They are going to start off with circles. So, for the start of your drawing, please draw a circle on your paper or board. I'm going to draw 2 because I am drawing both body types. You only need to draw 1. All right. You guys all good? All got a circle? Alrighty.
You
As a
prefer
fun...
feminine or masculine body shape?
Ad prefers feminine.
I'm actually non-binary, so you can do whatever.
Okay.
Good questions. Really responsible. Love it. Alrighty, so for the next step of drawing a human, humans are symmetrical, which means if you were to split us in half, right down the middle, like horizontally, you would have even sides. You would have 1 arm on each side, 1 eye on each side, half a nose, half a mouth. So in order to make sure we convey this in our drawings, we're going to go ahead and split our circle in half. So draw a line going straight down about the half center of your circles. Here we go. Perfect. We got our circles. The next step you guys are going to want to do is we're going to focus on the face shapes. So the difference between a feminine and masculine body or head shape are the shape of their chins. So feminine tend to have rounder faces with sharper chins, while men have more broad faces, a little bit slimmer with more defined chins. So over here we're going to have the masculine side, and over here we're going to have the feminine side. So feel free to follow along with whatever one you need. So for our feminine side, we're going to go ahead and draw a little line about like half a circle's width below the line. Put it wherever you feel like you need it. Just below the circle, you're going to draw a line for your chin. So if your person's going to have like a really long face, you would put the line a little bit lower. If it's got a really small face, you're going to put it a little higher. So just imagine that's about where your chin's going to be. You're going to do the same thing for the masculine side, but you're actually going to make it slightly longer because they're going to have a little bit more of a defined chin. All right, everybody good? Any questions so far? Nope? Nope? Okay. So our next step to our drawings is you're going to take the sides of your circles, about right here, and you're going to draw a line connecting it to your chin. You're going to do this on both sides. And you can make it a little bit round. That's what I'm doing here. Typically, I would have you draw a straight line, but I'm going to have you guys do a little bit of a rounded line here. So don't make it too straight, but don't make it too curved. So it's more of like a little slightly dampened spaghetti noodle. For the masculine side, you're going to go ahead and do about the same thing. Except you're going to stop before you get to your chin, and you're going to draw one more line connecting it. Everybody see the difference between a feminine and a masculine head? Again, this is totally up to preference. You're allowed to switch it, add whatever you want to it. This is just the basis of it. Sorry. All right. So the next step we need is something to connect our heads to the body. Does anybody know what that is?
A neck?
Yes. Very simple. We do need a neck. I know. It's surprising. It's okay. So what a neck is shaped like is typically, most people draw it, is two lines, but I want you to think of it more as like a cylinder. So go ahead and draw kind of like a soup can. Connecting the head and a little bit below it. Now, if you're doing a masculine body, they tend to have a little bit thicker necks. So go ahead and draw like a big family size can of soup. All right. So now that we have our necks, we need a body. So in order to start off the body, go about where the cylinder ends for your neck and draw a straight line. This is going to be where we guideline our body. I'm going to come and check on you guys. Make sure you're all doing okay. Good job. Good job. You guys are all doing great. Ed was all doing good job. All right. Our next step is we're going to use our lines to create the shape of our chest. So masculine and feminine body features tend to differentiate a little bit. Feminine body features tend to have a little bit of a hourglass shape typically, or they tend to have smaller shoulders compared to what a men have. Men have much broader shoulders and more triangular shaped chests. So we're going to start off with the masculine side. Go ahead and kind of just draw a triangle going from the end of both lines straight down. For your feminine side, she's not going to really have a triangular shape. She's going to be more of like a trapezoid. I think that's what they're called. So you're not going to go all the way down with your triangle. You're going to go ahead and stop it about here and then cut it off like that. All right, any questions so far?
Jeff is trying to grieve me.
Jeff,
No.
keep
I'm
your
not doing
hands on
anything.
your own boards.
Your long arm over there. No.
Alrighty, so the next step you're going to have to do is we're going to draw in our arms. So, to start off with your arms, you're not going to just go ahead and draw it in. You're going to want to place them before you do, or else they may end up a bit off. So about where the end of your shoulder is, if you see this is about the end of the shape, you're going to draw a circle. Do this on both sides. Now for the masculine bodies, I recommend lifting it up a little bit because their shoulders are more defined. They're going to typically connect more to the neck than they would to your chest. Alrighty. We all good? Any questions? Nope. Okay.
How big are the circles? How?
I I'm gonna recommend honestly drawing it about the shape like half of what you drew the head at, if not like a third. They're typically not very big. They're kind of like smaller than what your head size would be.
Gotcha.
Size of the
Kind
neck,
of like,
it looks like.
kind of like what
Yeah, it's
you're
almost-
doing.
Yeah, it's almost, yeah, try to get it about the shape I'm going with, but typically they're about the shape of the neck. Like about the size. So if you were to turn your neck into a circle, it would be about that size.
Okay.
All right. And then in order to finish filling in your arms, you're just going to follow the circle a little bit and then just make lines going straight down. You can put them at a little bit of an angle, or you can make them go straight down so they look like they're going behind the chest. You then can connect the other side as well. And then you have your arms.
Cool.
I'm not so symmetrical on this part.
It's okay.
I got one arm that's extremely more strong than the other.
Honestly, it happens. And it's not uncommon. It takes a lot of practice to get some symmetry. It's so complicated. Alrighty, so our characters are really, really getting there. We're almost through to the sketching phase, but it is missing a little something that defines more of their features. So what we're missing here is something to connect the chest to the chin, to the chest to the neck. Sorry. There is a little bit of like a gap here, and we're gonna want to go ahead and fill that in. So what you're gonna do is take about half of the neck and connect it to the circle there. I typically use curves for this part, because they tend to make it look a little bit nicer, but that's just like your neck connecting to your chin and your chest. That's the last step you need for forming the body of your character. If you are drawing a masculine character, try to go a little bit further up on the neck and then connect it underneath the circle, because your shoulders are more defined. All right. Now that we have our base bodies done, we can go ahead and start talking about facial features. Does anybody need anything before we continue on? Anybody need a recap, a reteach of anything? Everyone okay?
Yeah.
Come check on your boards real quick. Jeff, keep your hands on your own board. Good job. You guys are all doing a good job. All right. So our next step here.
Just letting you know I'm leaving because
Sorry, sister walked in. Okay, your next step you're going to need to do is you're going to go ahead and put in the eye line. So this line that we're about to do here lets us visualize where our eyes are going to be placed on our head. Typically, it is about a fourth of the circle from the bottom. So go split this in half. So act like we split in half, and then split in half again. And about here is where your eyes are going to be placed. Go ahead and draw a line. Split our circle in half again, split it in half one more time, and then about here is where our eyes are going to be. Everyone okay?
Yeah.
Half again. And
Just make a straight line going horizontally.
alright, so you split it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you split it, and then is that second line right there?
Yeah, it's about
Yeah,
where
that's
it's going to
where
be.
the eye.
Mhm.
So it's the second split.
Yes.
Gotcha.
There you go. All right. So the next step we're going to do is we're just going to draw a little silly face on our characters just to make sure we placed everything correctly. So go ahead and draw like a little 2 circles for the eyes, one on each side. Draw on a little circle for the nose. Your nose is typically at the very bottom of your circle on the face. And then your mouth is just slightly lower than that. Just draw a little smiley face on it. This is just to make sure we placed everything where we want it to be. See, now we got some happy looking characters. Now, for the reason of this class, I am only teaching you no worries. I'm only teaching you front view and only from the chest up of the characters. For other classes, I'm happy to teach you guys a little bit more about how to draw like bodies and the rest of your torso and it. But for today's class, I'm only teaching you the bust up. All right. Anybody need anything recapped? Any questions before we continue? Perfect. All right. Oh, go ahead.
Good
No,
job.
I'm I'm good. I said no.
Okay.
You asked a question, so I answered. Sorry.
No worries. So if you are doing this in Rec Room, I want you to go ahead and change your color of your marker. Go ahead and change it to any color you'd like. I recommend probably like a purple or a blue. If you are doing this at home, you can continue doing it with the pen. This is just for Rec Room wise because colors tend to have issues with each other. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Dark, light, doesn't matter.
Totally up to you guys. This is just so we can draw our face and distinguish it between the sketch and what we're doing right now.
See.
If you have another different colored pen at home or colored pencil or something, that would also work.
Pin.
Yeah, no worries. If you have a different color though, you're always welcome to draw the different color. It tends to
Okay.
I am the ready.
All right. So your next step you're going to do is we're going to work on adding features. So we're going to start with our eyes, then we're going to do our nose and our mouth. And then everything else is pretty much going to be based up to you. Even the eyes and the mouth, you can change a little bit up to your style. But I'm going to give you multiple options for how you can draw them. So let's start off with our eyes. I'm going to go ahead and write it on the side of my board here. I'm going to give you about 3 or 4 different eye styles. Our first one we're going to talk about are anime eyes. Those are the typical, anime-looking eye styles. A lot of students ask me for these ones because they tend to like to draw in the anime style, and that's totally okay. So for males, they tend to have a bit flatter eyes than the females do. And they could kind of like this. They always have lines above the eyelid to show, the eyelids. And then female eyes tend to have rounder eyes. They tend to start off with like about a half circle. They go slightly down. And their pupils tend to be much bigger than the males. And then their eyelashes tend to be very long. So these right here are the anime style eyes. If you aren't interested in these styles, I'm going to go ahead and teach you another one. So the second style I'm going to teach you are realistic looking eyes. Realism eyes start with a small circle on the front, and then they turn into like an almond shape. And then they retract back to that shape right there. They have a little eyelid going above and below. You then split off that tiny circle from the rest of it, because this is that little point in your eye. And then they always have very round irises, almost like a full circle. So right here is a realistic looking eye. And then the third styles I'm going to teach you guys are just kind of cartoony. So if you even look at our Rec Room characters, we tend to have very cartoony eyes. Those can include just like a circle. They can include a line with a circle on it. They can include just a circle with a little eyelash. You're welcome to do any of these style eyes. It's totally up to you and what your preference is. For the case of my character, I am going to draw her with more anime looking eyes. So feel free to follow along with me if you'd like. I am going to draw the other side as well.
Yeah, this girl can do anime. Let's go.
Now getting both eyes to look perfect is impossible. I'll promise you it's just about impossible to get perfect looking eyes, so do not stress it too much if they don't turn out exactly how you like it on your first try. You're always welcome to erase and try again. Alrighty, let's go ahead and talk about eyebrows. Eyebrows are super important when it comes to drawing because they signify what your emotion is for your character. You could have happy looking eyes but put angry eyebrows on them and your character would automatically look angry. Vice versa, you could do sad eyes and such. So eyebrows are super important. If you're trying to make a character look happy, I would always recommend doing like a little curve for your eyebrows, just slightly up. If you want your character to look angry, do a very slanted, pointed down eyebrows. So I can even just show you with like a little character here. Slanted down eyebrows tend to look a little angry. If you want to make them look sad, you would do a little curve going the opposite way.
Is that mischievous?
Mischievous. Ooh, that would be one eyebrow down, one eyebrow up. And typically, this eyebrow would be a little bit more down, but I can't quite show you as well. So feel free to draw whichever eyebrows you'd like. Just make sure you add them onto your character. And they typically go just a little bit above your eyes. Alrighty, let's go ahead and talk about noses. Noses are super easy because there's only a few styles you can do for it. So let's talk about the first style. The first style you can do is just a line. That's typically what I do. It's super easy, super simple. A line is probably one of the easiest ones you can do. You can then do a more defined nose if you'd like. You can do like a little curve. You can do 2 little dots on the end. You can signify where the nose stops. You could draw in these things. You can do it like that. Anime style noses are typically a dot. Typically it's just like that. Or it's a triangle. So feel free to draw it in however you'd like. For the sake of my drawing, I typically just go with a little bit like a line. But then I curve it up a little bit. Everyone doing okay? I'm gonna come check on you guys. Good job, Adwas. Doing a great job. Lynn's amazing. Jeff, ooh, you do have this down. So glad I taught you it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and talk about mouths. So mouths can be placed different ways, different styles. And again, like the eyes, there's different types you can do it depending on the style you're going for. The first one I want to teach you guys is more anime style mouths. Anime style mouths tend to just be little dots with lines, kind of like that. When you're drawing a female in anime style, they tend to add the lip below and the lip above a little bit. The second style I want to teach you is realism. Realism style mouths tend to have that line going through, but then they have very defined lips. Males tend to have about the same thing. The only difference is they're much less plumped as female lips are. And then the last style I want to teach you is just cartoony style. A lot of like chibi anime characters do lines. A lot of them do squiggly lines. A lot of them just do a little smiley face. Whatever feels better for you. For my case, I have a certain style I do. I tend to do between realism and anime for my mouths, but feel free to draw it however you'd like.
It's like a cute little robot.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is cool.
It's like customizing your own character, except you do it yourself.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Alrighty, good job, everybody. You guys are all doing really good jobs. Alrighty, so I know we might still be working on this, but I want to go ahead and keep going just for the sake of the video. Your next step, you're going to want to change your color again. Do it to another color, preferably something brighter than what you just used. I'm going to go ahead and go with the yellow. And then this is the part where you're going to start adding all the defining features of your character. So like the hair, the clothing. You're just going to draw it on top of your sketch a little bit here. So I know my character, she's got like a ponytail, she's got a crown, she wears a steampunk outfit, so I'm trying to remember how the hair looks. I thought you wore pigtails. She definitely wears pigtails.
That was pre pigtails.
Okay.
So that picture there, Eden, she literally had a picture of the real me, and she crossed it with the avatar.
Oh, that's so cute.
So the real me has hair like that.
That's
So-
so cool.
What are we doing?
You're gonna start adding in like the clothing, the hair, whatever else your character has. This part you are gonna have to go on your own for because not everybody's character are gonna be the same.
Gotcha.
So like for my character, she's kind of got like a choker on her outfit. I'm gonna go ahead and draw that in. I do know she has a crown. Do you just have the normal ponytail style?
What now? Or
Like for your character? Like I'm asking.
my character always has pigtails now,
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and draw those in.
and two-tone color there.
Alright.
And I want to be fair here because I change out my avatar here and there because Mama Lynn's also drew me an avatar, and I flip back and forth between that and
No worries.
Race Amazing.
Just for a quick sketch. This isn't the full drawing. I plan on drawing you still.
No, I just want to give credit where credit's due because I use lenses too. I use lenses in my YouTube right now.
That's so cute.
So many sounds.
Yes.
All right. So again, this part is completely up to you. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly add in a few more details here. I'm not going completely accurate with this because I do not have the outfit that she normally wears, nor do I remember exactly what it looks like. So just for right now, I'm just gonna leave it this for video wise. I don't want to make the video too long for the students at home. So I'm just going to go ahead with the next step real quickly, and then I'll finish this after the video is done. The next step you're going to do after you have drawn in your defining features is go ahead and line art it. We did this in our previous classes where we took our sketch and we took our darkest color possible, and we just drew it in. So pretty much that's what you're going to do. This is the time where you're going to add whatever features you didn't add before in. So for example, the face shape, I'm going to go ahead and define a little bit more because currently it is a bit rough since it was our sketch.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. It's kind of like this. And then when you're done with the sketch like I'm doing right now, you're going to go ahead and follow the other steps from our previous classes where you guys would color in the drawings, add some shading to it, add lighting, and just see how far you can get. This again is not homework unless you want homework, like a few students in this classroom right now. I will continue to call you out for the rest of the semester. But just try to get as far as you can. If you did draw one of the fellow students, please go ahead and send it to them. I'm sure they would absolutely love to see it. And other than that, that is your homework for this week. Next week, you guys will be learning how to draw animals with Kenzie. She'll be doing a full lesson on how to draw your favorite animal. And then after that, we are going to get started on our final projects. You will have 2 weeks to complete them, 2 in-class sessions, and the rest of it will be on your own time. And then they will be evaluated for graduation. Please don't stress. As long as you can show that you have learned something in this class, you will more than likely pass. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you again to all of our people watching and helping out today. Jeff, Lynn's, Adwaz. And a huge thanks to Delisha and Classy Grandma for watching at home, chilling in here.
Thanks for teaching it. It was great.
Of course. And then if you have any questions, feel free to DM me and let me know. And remember to always view the world in color and stay artistical.
Appreciate it. Whoop,
Bye,
whoop.
class.